back up. Okay, thank you. Now, so now I need to label all my points. This is the point 0, negative 35. This is point I have labeled. I need to label this point negative 5.6, 0. And this point positive 3.1, 0. And for this calculator, for this parabola, that's all you got to do.
So that's how you're supposed to do the whole entire thing.
Well, now tomorrow, there's a couple of other possibilities. What if this parabola had had 1 intercept or 0 intercepts? Okay, if that's the case, then there's a slightly different method I want you to use, but I will give you that tomorrow. And for homework tonight, I'll give you 2 or 3 of these to practice, and I'll make sure they have 2 intercepts. Okay, now, what we were tested on Tuesday, okay, what you guys were tested on Tuesday, was the basis of what we're doing now, but I'll be honest, you can jump, and we will need it again, but if you didn't get what we were tested on Tuesday, that shouldn't slow you down from being able to do it this way. Quick note, common problem I saw on Tuesday, okay? We're done with this parabola now. I'm sorry, any questions on this parabola first?
How do you graph them like calculator? Yeah.
Not discussing that today. Not discussing that today at all.
I'll try it.
No. I'll tell you when we are. Okay, here is a common mistake I saw which caused people to lose points on this section of the test. Okay, everyone pay attention to this. If B is negative, I'm going to erase this part now. And you, like Nimi and Amanda want to do, rely a little too much on the calculator. Okay? Quick question. What is negative 5 squared? Positive 25. Somebody put negative 5 squared into your calculator.
It's going to get you a negative 25.
It does?
If you put it like this, very good, yes. If you put it in like this, it will give you negative 25 because your calculator will interpret this that you want to do negative 1 times 5 squared, and order of operations says do the exponents first, so your calculator does negative 1 times 25, which will get it negative 25. So if you would like your calculator to tell you the right answer, what do you have to do? Parentheses. You put the negative 5 in parentheses, and then you square it, and then your calculator tells you the right answers.
Why does your calculator receive it?
Choice of the programmer, to be honest. And, well, somebody looked at it and decided that I guess engineers more commonly will put that. They put it in the way that would be fastest for the most common uses. But they had to pick one or the other to mean it. Actually, Mr. Singer and I once sat down with some very complicated high-end math software and managed to get it to contradict itself repeatedly on squaring I. Yeah, you can get, I mean, at some point the programmer has to make a choice on what it thinks the person most likely means by what visuals.
Is that what you on your
Well, there were a fair number of people sometimes who put this into their calculator, b squared minus 4ac, excuse me, and if b was negative, for example, if it was negative 5, a fair number of people apparently just did this. And then they had negative 25 under the radical, which was not what they meant. Okay? So every time you square a negative number, you have to have it in parentheses if you're relying on your calculator. I did take off points for that because you're at the point where you should know that a negative times a negative equals a positive. And if you forget that because you're rushing to use the calculator too much, I'm going to take points off for it. Okay? Now, before we stop filming, I want to give you the homework for tonight. And again, while doing this part, if b is negative, make certain that it is in parentheses when you square it.
Can you do me a favor? If I give you my friend, I'll call you.
Okay, so your homework tonight to be done neatly, but not to this level. For God's sake, I'm giving you like 3 of these. Don't try to do it like Emma over there. Okay? Just do these on graph paper. Okay? Getting there? Not yet. We'll be on as the end of this recording. Okay, number 1.
I actually have a question.
Y equals x squared minus 3x. Yep.
Oh, that's not cool.
Minus 12. 2.
3's a lot.
Y equals y equals negative x squared plus 5x
Minus 13.
minus 6. Now this one I have something in mind. Is this one smiling or frowning?
Frowning.
Frowning.
Rounding.
Negative leading. Going back to December there.
No, you can divide by it.
Negative
What?
1, and then it'll still be frowning.
Just
Okay. Y equals.
go to
Positive
the
x
date.
squared.
This one I'm totally making up, so this last one is supposed to be messy. If it happens to have,
Mr. Bellava, why would you do that?
I don't even know how to do this.
doing prime numbers, follow the
That's not
exact steps we
fair.
gave you. Okay. This one shouldn't be any messier than what we did.
You made it all prime numbers.
Made it all well, yeah.
You're such a
So you'll get decimals, okay? I want you to practice with the
Oh,
calculator.
great.
Mr. Bellava, you're an evil math teacher.
All true.
You know.
Notice b is negative, so when you square it, please put it in parentheses with the negative sign, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, if Mimi can keep from injuring herself. Okay.
Yes, that
Thank
was
you.